Here on Inside the Den, Mike Smith, your sports information director, with you, and joined by our interim men's and women's wrestling coach, Zach Binkerd. And Zach, obviously not new to the program. Being a wrestler yourself as a boxer for 4 years. I know your dad has ties to the program as well, and of course been an assistant coach the last couple of years. But now, kind of taking over the program and hoping to move it into new fronts moving forward. But Zach, thanks for taking the time to chat.
Yeah, thanks. Happy to be here.
Zach, let's just look at the program overall. As I mentioned, you obviously have history with the program, but as you take over now a head coaching role from the assistant position you had the last couple of years, what's kind of your hopes, for the program moving forward?
Moving forward, we're really hoping to, bolster our position on campus, really try to grow our numbers and really look to be eventually be a threat nationally. We know there's a lot of work to get there, but we're really excited and ready to put in the work to do what we can to, make the push.
As I mentioned, obviously you have strong ties to the program overall, competing as a boxer, and your dad's in the Hall of Fame as well, and of course being an assistant coach these past couple of seasons. What does the wrestling program mean to you personally here at Pacific?
Obviously I've been in the program, like you said, for a long time. It means a whole lot to me. One of the reasons I came back is just because of such all the good times that I had, and that was, showed to me by my father, like you said, who is an alum. And he showed me the world of Pacific wrestling, and, I latched on and bought in and really enjoyed my time as a boxer. Some of my best friends to this day, I've met through the boxer wrestling team, built a strong community, and we're looking to really rebuild that community piece as we move forward.
It's been a great place so far. I mean, obviously, I've just been here for a few months, joining the Pacific family, but I've seen the great relationships that, these student athletes have had with their coaches, but also the faculty and everyone, the family atmosphere as well. Would you kind of say that maybe you kind of experienced that as well as a boxer yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I think I've one of the few perhaps who's had the unique benefit of feeling it on both sides. I was able to feel that as an athlete, to feel close to the coaching staff that coached me. A lot of people I really care about that I met through this program. And as a coach, same. Some of the athletes that I've coached, we're still good friends to this day. I care about them a great deal, and those relationships that you build in the wrestling room are, unlike any other.
How did that experience, had the opportunity, obviously, to compete in a sport that you love at the college level, but then also get an education during the same time? How did that kind of help you get to where you are now?
I mean, is absolutely invaluable. I think some of the things that I learned as an athlete really helped me in my professional career. And some of the things that I learned, obviously the things that I learned in the classroom have, pushed me above my peers. I truly believe that Pacific University has great education. I did both my undergrad and graduate work here, and I came out of my graduate program feeling like a professional, like I was ready to attack the world. And I owe that a lot to the education that I received at Pacific, and the culture that was created through the wrestling team.
You talk about attacking the world. I know that boxer wrestlers attacked things quite well on the mat, back in the day, and a lot of illustrious history in this program. Just kind of talk about what that means and that historical aspect of boxer wrestling.
Right. It's huge. If you go around and you look around, say you looked around at the Oregon State tournament and you look around, you went to go meet coaches, you would meet many, many Pacific University alumni. We have a really strong presence in the wrestling community in Oregon and, beyond, Hawaii as well. There is a lot of Pacific University alums that are still active. Some of the best wrestlers that I know, have gone to Pacific University, national champions, All-Americans. If you walk into our wrestling room, you will see a wall that is littered with names of just past champions and All-Americans and people who have who found a way to attack life beyond too. A lot of really successful folks, leaders of the wrestling community, leaders of their own communities. And it's always had a strong impact on me since I was a kid. I was fortunate enough that my father was an All-American, and knew many of those folks, and I knew many of them growing up, and such a big impact on my life. So it means a lot. It's awesome to be part of a tradition or community that's steeped in so much tradition.
As we look to build the program, moving forward for yourself, what would you tell a prospective athlete that you're going to be recruiting about why Pacific would be an opportunity for them?
Right. Well, there's a couple things. Number one, is the education you get at Pacific University. Alongside with the education you'll get in the wrestling room, or the the learning experience and the opportunity to wrestle at a 4-year college at the NCAA level, is huge. But then the education you get in the classroom is priceless. People come out of this school year in and year out with degrees that are not equal to the degrees at other schools. It's a really valuable education. And then, at the other side of that is you have the opportunity to go to a 4-year school, and compete and grow in a community that, for 4 years. A lot of places, you're not going to get that opportunity. And to an athlete who wants to come and is ready in the classroom and wants to get going there, but also wants to push themselves on the mat, this is the place to be to do it.
Well, Zach, thanks for taking the time to join me here on Inside the Den, and look forward to meeting you in person once we get rolling a little bit more. But and helping this boxer wrestling program get back to where we had that great history, and looking forward to meeting some future boxer wrestlers as well.
Right, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That's Zach Binkerd, our interim men's and women's wrestling coach here on the Inside the Den.